Hello, Terry here. I've made an activity advent calendar for my granddaughters, and I kind of wanted to show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna put up like a clothesline made out of this little tinsel stuff, and I'll be doing that when I get to their house. We're leaving in a few minutes. We're gonna hang them up with these little clothespins, and we'll be rubber stamping on envelopes, and I'll probably do 26 of them, and we'll just rubber stamp on them and ink around the edge, and then in between we're gonna put the balls, so it's kind of a red and green theme. Okay, since this is an activity calendar, everything will be something that they have to do. And I've kind of made it so the things won't be, real time consuming. And so for my daughter does work, so some things, she can't do on just any old day. So I'm going to let her pick the days that she wants to actually do the things. Like one of the things is bake cookies. Some of them are just, read a book. And then it's like I've got the book wrapped and then the letter, so they have to open them. And this isn't actually the one for, well, here's the one for this one. So it'll say, unwrap the package B and read the story to each other. And this one's a short story, so it's a pop-up book, so they can actually read it to each other, and then I've just stuck the B on there. So every day it's like a little treasure hunt. They have to find the right package and then open that up. And so some days it's just that. This one I actually already had it wrapped up, but it was just some little stickers from Hobby Lobby, and then I put some paper in there so that they could make a book or cards. And so I made a bunch where you just read the story. Well, about 5 of those. And then one of the days I want them to make puffy paint snowflakes, where you just take a template or like a pattern of a snowflake and put it onto wax paper with puffy paint and with the little pattern underneath it. So one day they'll be doing that, and then the next day they'll just be pulling them off and sticking them on the window. So some days it's very short things. And Christmas Eve they'll have to put out the cookies for Santa and a carrot for his reindeer. And then some days they'll just be watching a movie, and I put down Charlie Brown Christmas and watch the Elf movie and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So those are all things that they have at their house. And then one day it says, grab Mom and Dad and go get your Christmas tree. And then the next day they'll decorate it. And one day I've got write a letter to Santa. And so in here I've made them 2 envelopes, and then I printed out from the internet these little Santa letters. So everything was stuff that I pretty much had on hand. I just had to buy a few things. So there's that. And and one day I just wrote, have a treat, don't tell Grandpa, because it's his apple butter. And so I've got a jar of his apple butter here, because every time that they come to our house they'll say, we're gonna eat all Grandpa's apple butter, and then he pretends like he's all freaked out, like he's not gonna have any apple butter left. So they love to tease him about that. So in here I've got the jar of apple butter, so one day they'll just open that up and have some toast with apple butter on it. And let me get that out of here. And trying to, oh, one day I said, unroll the scroll with the red ribbon and read it. And in here is the true story of Christmas. And I just printed it out from the internet. It's Luke 2 through 20 or something like that, but you can always look it up. And then I just wrapped it on this, so they'll have fun just unrolling that. And oh, and this one here, it says, for this you will need Mom and Dad. It's for a snowball fight in the house. Grandma says it's okay. Unwrap the package tonight. And then I have some rolled up socks, and it says, don't worry, they're in a freezer bag. And then they can have a snowball fight in the house with that. And then this one is a snowman. I always tried to write something that will kind of give them like a little bit of clue. So by the time that they're, worked a couple, they'll be going, oh, what's the clue in this? And I wrote, this snowman must be very smart because he looks very bright. And he's made with the tea light. It's got the little pom-pom balls cut in half, and then the little googly eyes, and then they can turn them on. And his little nose flickers. And like all these little ideas I got off Pinterest pretty much. And then all the ingredients to make them, well, they were in there. Oh, wrong one. Okay. So I just put all the ingredients to make them into little baggies, or left them in some packaging. And then of course it's got the letter that coincides with the card that will be hanging on by the mantle. Okay, and then this I had seen on YouTube. Somebody was showing crafts that they were going to do for a craft show, and it is Santa's Magic Key, and it's hanging on a wooden door hanger. And I just printed out a picture from my print artist, and I looked up a little poem from the internet. And I make jewelry, so I had this little key here, put the ribbon on here, and then glued a button on it. And so this was all glued on with E6000, and this was just the quick dry paper adhesive. And so they have all the ingredients. I just painted them because I didn't want their mom to have to, have it such a big project. I wanted everything to be where they could finish it pretty quick. And then I just printed out more of the pictures for them and put those different ones so they can choose their own picture. And let's see here, so it's that one. I think I've just about, oh, okay, I got a couple more here. I also made these little snowman wraps, and I found this on Pinterest, and it's just like you cut a piece of the fleece, and then you tie a little string on it and fray the ends, roll up the top, and then you cut the little strip of their for their scarf and cut the little fringe on it. And she did have a pattern where you could print it off, but I thought that would just be another activity for the kids that they can draw their own. And so, because their mom's got markers, and then I put in a skinny black pen so that they could make the little eyes. And so I actually made one for each of them, because everything that I'm having them make, I put in a little sample so they know what it's supposed to look like when they're done. So I made one for each of them, and then I put in all the ingredients, or the parts, so that they could make their own. So I just put in the paper, and I kind of rolled it a little around the candy bar, and then put on the double stick tape. So all I do is have to peel that off and make their faces. and then I put in 4 candy bars. And I know the one that I seen on YouTube, they use the big Hershey's, but I kind of like the shape of the ones with the almonds in it because it was more rounded. And then I'm going to tell them that one is for the teachers and one is for the babysitters. So that way they already have a place to take them. And one of my favorite things I'm going to have them do is I printed out a song, and I think it's called All the Bells Are Ringing Just for You or something. But anyhow, I printed out the song, and then I'm sending these little props, and I told them that they have to make up a song and dance, and then on the week before Christmas they'd have to do a little video and put it on Facebook for all their friends and family as a musical card, Christmas card. So I'm really excited to see that, and I've got little Santa hats in here for everybody. And I had 2 Santa hats, and I thought, well, they probably have one at their house, but I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, so they had them on sale, so I got another one for $2. So, oh, and then one of the days, well, the day, Christmas Day, I printed out one that says, "What are you doing looking in this envelope? You should be playing with your present gifts from Santa Claus." So I thought I would continue on the Advent calendar until we got there, because we will be there on the 26th. So I think I actually have one card in here that says Grandma will be here today. I'm not sure. But I think that's everything. Let me see if I got everything here. Yep, I think that's it. Yesterday was my granddaughter's birthday, so I thought I'd show you. She wanted a Unikitty cake. I have the cake somewhere around here, but I had to make a Unikitty. So, and I got to keep him protected until I can put him on the cake, but there he is. He's made out of fondant. And that's it. I hope you try the Activity Advent Calendar. I know my grands are just going to love it because they just love to craft. And have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye.